Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Friends, this video is going to be very important for your upcoming exams. There have been many students who have shared their ICAI certified copies with me, and there was one student, not one exactly, I think 2 to 3 students who asked me a similar doubt on question number 8A, which was asked in your Jan 26 CA inter exams. So in your CA inter exams, in the GST part, in descriptive, there was one question 8A, which was of 5 marks. And few of the students have received 0 marks in that. So there were 5 small questions, but they have received 0 marks. So basically the students were not able to identify as to why they have received, why ICAI has awarded 0 marks to them. And then they showed me their solution, and they also showed me the solution of the ICAI. So if you compare both the solutions, you will find that the answers are quite similar, but still ICAI has given them 0 marks. So in this video, I am going to discuss with you why has ICAI awarded 0 marks to those students, and it is going to be very helpful for everyone. So friends, first of all, the question in the CA inter paper was, state in which schedule of the CGST Act the following supplies have been covered. Also determine the category, supply of goods or services or deemed supplied, in which they shall be classified. So friends, the question is asking, state the schedule in which it is covered, and then if once you say the schedule, you have to say whether it is supply of goods or services or a deemed supply. So you can say the question is asking two things, right? Now see what is the ICAI question. I have written what was written by the student, marks allotted by ICAI, and what is the ICAI suggested answer. So this is like perfectly expectation versus reality video for you all. What is the ICAI expecting, and what are we actually writing in our paper, and why is ICAI giving us 0 marks? All right. So friends, the question says, services by any court or a tribunal established under any law for the time being in force. So there were 5 small questions. This was the main question, in which they have given 5 small different scenarios. Now the student has written it is a supply of service and tax under reverse charge mechanism, and ICAI given them 0. Now what was the reason? Why has ICAI given 0? Friends, first thing is, the ICAI is asking, institute is asking us about the schedule. So the student is not writing schedule over here. So the answer was that this service is covered in schedule 3, and it is neither supply of goods nor supply of services. The student was not able to identify that why is ICAI giving them 0 marks. But of course ICAI will give you 0 because first you have not written the schedule number, and then also your answer is wrong. The ICAI is not asking forward charge, reverse charge. It is just asking whether it is goods or service or deemed supply and the schedule number. Now the next 4 are also very interesting. Any treatment or process which is applied to another person goods. You know what the student was asking me? Sir, I have written supply of service. In the model answer also it is supply of service. Then why has ICAI given me 0 marks? Friends, in your answer you have written supply of service, all right. But what was the question? The question was, state in which schedule it is covered. So in GST there is schedule 1, schedule 2, schedule 3. So the very first thing which you should write in your exam is the schedule number. So you know why ICAI is not giving marks, friends? Because if you write your answers like this, incomplete answers, it means somewhere you have not understood the question. And when the student is showing me the certified copies and still asking me, sir, can you please help me as to why is ICAI not giving marks? It means you have genuinely not understood the question. Because if you have understood the question and then you have compared your answers, then you yourself would have understood that this is a reason that ICAI is not giving marks. So the entire purpose of making this video is to make you realize that what is the expectation of the ICAI, that you at least read and interpret the question very well. So if you see the answer, supply of service, where is the schedule number? Now see, only if you say me that sir, in the model solution suggested answer also there is supply of service, they should have given me mark. But beta, the question is for 1 mark each. So for 1 mark each, you are supposed to write the schedule number, which you have not written. Now only if you expect that because of supply of service they should give you marks, I think that is not a correct expectation. That is not something which we should expect from ICAI. So the answer should have been, this is covered in schedule 2 and it is a supply of service. Then goods forming part of business asset are transported or disposed of under directions of person carrying on the business so as to no longer form part of the asset. The student has written supply of goods, again no schedule number. So it means you have not understood that ICAI was expecting schedule number from me. What are we learning from this video? The biggest learning from this video is we have to read and understand and interpret and analyze the question very well, students. So if they are asking you schedule number, you have to give the schedule number. Only if you give, sir, but my second part was right, na, they are asking good service, I have written that correct, na, so they should at least give me half marks. I think no, friends, let us be honest that if they are asking schedule number and if we don't write schedule number and only write supply of goods, supply of service, I don't think so we deserve marks, right? So sale of land, the student had written neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Yes, but you should have also written covered in schedule 3 and then it is classified as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Permanent transfer of disposal of asset where ITC has been availed on such asset. Student had written deemed supply. See, in all the cases, see, first answer was absolutely wrong. So over there, I don't think so there should be any complaint. So ICAI giving 0 marks is fair enough. But in all other things also, the ICAI has given 0 marks. Student was asking me why 0 marks? Because first you should have written this is covered in schedule 1 and then it is treated as a deemed supply. So friends, I think this is something which is very, very important, which we have learned in this video, is that we should read the question very, very properly and try to understand and analyze and interpret the question very properly. So many times what happens is we are not interpreting the question properly and that is why our answers are getting wrong. Alright. Now I feel this is something which is very, very important. So I also want to give an Hindi explanation to this. तो अभी क्या हुआ ना, ICAI ने क्या कर दिया ना कि एक स्टूडेंट का सर्टिफाइड कॉपी मैंने चेक किया, तो स्टूडेंट मुझे क्या बोल रहा था कि सर मैंने तो सब ICAI के सर्टिफाइड और सजेस्टेड आंसर के साथ मैच किया, मेरा तो सब आंसर मैच हो रहा है, तो ICAI ने मुझे 0 क्यों दिया? क्योंकि क्या हुआ था ना, उस पर्टिकुलर केस में, उस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन में ICAI ने स्पेसिफिकली शेड्यूल नंबर पूछा था, बट जो स्टूडेंट था ना जिसने सर्टिफाइड कॉपीज बताया, 2-3 ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स थे, उन्होंने क्या किया, शेड्यूल नंबर ही नहीं लिखा था किधर भी, सिर्फ है ना सप्लाई ऑफ सर्विस, सप्लाई ऑफ गुड्स, नीदर सप्लाई नॉर नीदर गुड्स नॉर सर्विसेज डीम्ड सप्लाई, सिर्फ इतना लिख दिया. बट बच्चों, जब ICAI आपको स्पेसिफिकली शेड्यूल नंबर पूछती है ना, तो आपको शेड्यूल नंबर भी लिखना पड़ता है. तो वो लोग ने आपको पहले बोला पहले शेड्यूल नंबर बताओ और फिर उस शेड्यूल नंबर के बाद उसकी कैटेगरी बताओ. अब क्या हो गया ना, बच्चे ने सिर्फ कैटेगरी लिख दिया. चलो, उसका पहला क्वेश्चन तो पूरा रॉन्ग ही था, क्योंकि पहला क्वेश्चन तो नीदर गुड्स नॉर सर्विसेज था, बट बच्चे ने RCM के बारे में कुछ लिखा था. वो इसलिए लिखा होगा क्योंकि कुछ तो आर्बिट्रल ट्रिब्यूनल RCM में भी होता है ना, बट क्वेश्चन में तो ट्रिब्यूनल पूछा था. ठीक है, तो क्या है ना बच्चों के इंस्टीट्यूट है ना, जब हम सर्टिफाइड कॉपीज देखते हैं ना हम प्रोफेसर, तो हमको ये समझ में आता है कि इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए क्या है पता है, यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग द क्वेश्चन वेरी वेल, ये बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, हम देखते हैं कि हमने तो सप्लाई ऑफ सर्विस लिखा है, इंस्टीट्यूट के आंसर में भी सप्लाई ऑफ सर्विस है, तो मुझे बच्चे क्या कर रहे थे, अपना आंसर अंडरलाइन किया, इंस्टीट्यूट का आंसर अंडरलाइन किया और फिर बोला कि मुझे 0 क्यों मिला. तो बेटा 0 ही मिलेगा ना बेटा, तूने शेड्यूल नंबर ही नहीं लिखा, जबकि इंस्टीट्यूट ने सब जगह पे शेड्यूल नंबर पूछा था. ठीक है, So I think this is a very, very important discussion. Please, send this to all your friends who are going to give their exams in their May exams. And of course, this can be helpful for CA final students also. All right. No if, no but, only Bhatt. All the best. Bye bye.